Okay, so the square root of 4 is plus or minus 2. Got to move my 1. So negative 1 plus or minus 2. Negative 1 plus 2 is 1. Negative 1 minus 2 is negative 3. If I graph that, it's going to cross at 1 and negative 3 on the x-axis. If I do that by quadratic formula, I'm going to get 1, negative 3. And if I factor it, I'm going to get 1, negative 3. Any questions about number 30? Okay, 31. Again, I'm going to do it by completing the square because that's what the instructions said to do. So this time, I don't have a coefficient of 1, so I divide everything in the problem by 2. That makes that a 1. Makes that a 1. Oops. So my constant's already over here. I take half of the middle term and square it. So half of 1. Half of 1 is half. And 1/2 squared is 1/4. Okay, again, it always looks like this. The number here goes here every time. The number here gets added here every time. So x plus 1/2 squared equals 1/4. Now don't let those fractions scare you because when you're doing completing the square, they have a way of just working out nicely.
You still take the square root.
Take the square root. Plus or minus. What's the square root of 1? 1. What's the square root of 4? 2. So x equals negative 1/2 plus or minus 1/2. Negative 1/2 plus 1/2 is 0. Negative 1/2 minus 1/2
Is it
negative 1. If you do it by graphing, it's going to cross at negative 1 and 0 on the x-axis. You can do that by factoring. You can do it by a quadratic formula. If you do it by the quadratic formula, what is C? It's 0. Good. Any questions about that? Again, it may say do it by completing the square, but you know, it is multiple choice, so. All right, 32. It says find P of negative 3 and find P of 5. So 4 times negative 3 to the 4th power. Oops, sorry about that. Plus 8 times negative 3 to the 3rd power. Oops. Minus, that's why you use pens, pencils, not pens. Minus 2 times negative 3 to the 2nd power. Plus 13 times negative 3 plus 10.
Is that minus 2?
Yes, sorry about that. So negative 3 to the 4th power is 81. Negative 3 to the 3rd power is negative 27. Negative 3 squared is 9. 13 times negative 3 is negative 39 plus 10. 4 times 81 is 324. Negative 8 times negative 27 is 6. Carry the 5, 216. Minus 18. Minus 29. Everybody okay with that?
Where'd you get 29
Thank
from?
you. Negative 39 plus 10. Okay, so that's 61. Now, that is not hard to do at all. If you know how to do exponents, that problem is simple. But there are so many opportunities to make mistakes in that problem. So I'm going to show you, if you remember the remainder theorem. The remainder theorem told us if you want to find the remainder, you can take the root and stick it into the problem, and whatever answer you get will be the remainder. Remember that? We can use the remainder theorem in reverse, because what that also says is if you don't want to do all that, use synthetic division. 4, 8, -2, 13, and 10. And I'm going to divide with that -3. So 4, that's -12, that's -4, that's 12, that's 10, that's -30, that's going to give me -17, which is 51 plus 10 is 61. See that 61? F of -3 is 61. And you guys are really good at synthetic division. And I am more likely, or more likely to make a mistake up here than I am down here. So you can do it either way you want to. This is known as synthetic substitution also. Not just synthetic division, but.
But you still like do it, okay.
So I just checked myself.
That's good.
I like that way better.
I like this better.
Alright.
Now, if you look at your answer choices, there's only one that has P of -3 being 61. So that's your answer.
What is like the 3,000? What are those numbers?
That's P of 5. So you do P of 5. If this were the actual test, we wouldn't really have to do